Hey everybody. So, I had a couple things I was thinking about. Today I got recommended this video this morning, and the video itself got me thinking about quite a bit because it was about, millennial specific social conditioning, people my age. But it also got me thinking because this video is from 4 years ago, and it's kind of sus how everybody is watching it like today. Like it just today, like every single comment on there's like, that's so weird. This video is from 4 years ago, but I'm just now getting it. And it's all like a couple hours ago, yesterday, today, right? The algorithm is very strange. And anyway, this guy is talking about in this video how the social conditioning that we were exposed to. How it was, hypersexualized and this and that. It was very whatever. And he was kind of making the case that, like, well, now it's not as bad. I think this dude's absolutely tripping because it's a lot worse now. If anything, we were the prototype for the type of social conditioning that exists now, which is hyper-personalized and driven by algorithms. I do find it very strange that when I was growing up, there was hardly any gay kids. There was like one gay kid that we knew, and I'm pretty sure even he had a girlfriend at some point. And I don't think that even he was a victim of social conditioning. Probably he was just molested or something. But, when we were growing up, what he's talking about in this video is... I think his channel's called like Hyperborean Wisdom or Hyperborean Knowledge or some shit. Kind of looks like cringe pagan larpy pseudo-Christian bullshit. But the video was good. But he's talking about how there was a couple of archetypes that they would funnel people would basically funnel themselves into. For men it was like the frat bro dude, drunken thingy, the stoner archetype, the the beta conditioning, Michael Cera type stuff. And what it occurs to me now is that when we were young, and I'm born in '91, when I was growing up, the internet, it was like the Wild West, where like I remember downloading I was like, 9 or 10 years old, downloading a Star Trek LCARS skin for Windows Media Player, and it's just like, bam, there's like, I don't even want to say what it was, but basically just something degenerate and gross, bam, right, there it is. And, the internet isn't as wild now, but it's much more curated. And he called it Internet 1.0. We're on like Internet 3.0 at this point. The internet is hardly even a thing people use anymore. It's just all apps. Everything's apps. TikTok, fucking Instagram, Facebook's an app now. The browser Facebook is like unusable almost. It sucks, right? So now Internet 3.0. It's like Internet 1.0 is like all these wild websites. Internet 2.0 is like more curated websites. Internet 3.0 is just fucking apps on your phone, basically. But most importantly, it's apps that are driven by very powerful AIs. The thing is, people maybe don't appreciate enough, like, the average... I'm using an old phone, and this thing has 3 gigs of RAM on it. This phone absolutely dwarfs the computing power of even the most powerful civilian computers from when I was younger. Even from, I don't know, like, just the 2000s, like... So the phones are already pretty powerful, but then you're basically making this gigantic mesh network out of these phones, who are even more powerful than they need to be because everything's bloated up with all this AI shit now. And basically you just have this gigantic network of, you know, bots, and the bots are the ones grooming now. The bots are the ones funneling people into their corrals. So imagine, right? Imagine this bot knows how much money your family has, what your parents' politics are, what race you are, you know, your genetics, how smart you are, how stupid you are, how vulnerable you are. It knows practically everything about you just based on your search history, you know. So it's like, think about how easy it is to groom somebody to be exactly what you want now, without even any human input. So that's one thing I wanted to touch on. The other thing I wanted to touch on, I did make an entire video about this, and I just decided to not use it because it was a little too much, but music, right? What this guy was talking about in his video was how, basically everything we had that brainwashed us was music and movies and TV, right? I don't know that the younger generation watches as much television now. I'm not sure. That would depend on, their parents or whatever, but, when we were growing up, it was like, everything was very sexualized, and, the music was really stupid and sexualized and just very targeted, right? But what I've noticed now is that there is one type of music that seems to be dominating like every other type of music at this point. Other than that, you just have old music, like people listening to classic rock or whatever. But it's like, when I was growing up, one of the archetypes this guy talks about is the Wiggers. He called them Wangsters, but they're Wiggers. And yeah, most of these kids are dead or in jail now, by the way. Because this magic spell that they did on us, if you are unable to break free of it, it'll kill you. That's kind of what it's for. It's to destroy your future, destroy your family, just take away any chance you have at a future. Take away any chance you have at, I don't know, finding a good wife or whatever, however you want to look at it. So, yeah, if you couldn't break free of it, then you got fucked. So, the Wiggers, young, when I was very young, I remember there being, rap music, classic gangster rap, Tupac, Biggie, stuff like that. And then as we got older, the kids who were into that stuff, it became more niche, and they started listening to it wasn't gangster rap anymore. It was trap music, right? And I might be wrong, but there was Lil Wayne, for example, blew up huge. There's a bunch of other people I don't even care to remember. I don't even like thinking about this stuff. It's all worth noting to me that trap music blew up huge in the 2000s, 2010s, yeah. And mid-2000s and into the 2010s. And it's still huge. I mean, but the whole point of... Okay, and let me just say, by the way, I love hip-hop music. And when I say hip-hop, I'm talking about old, like jazz vinyl samples with, that very signature kind of drums, like that old style, old head shit. And that music, when it came out, it was very centered around positivity and uplifting the community and stuff. And what happened over time was it was co-opted by certain interests, and it was given a rebranding, and that's when they made rap music and gangster rap. And gangster rap was basically just entirely centered around crime. Everything was about crime. And what they effectively did was made it where, um, hold on a second. So, hip hop was rebranded into rap. Rap became gangster rap. Gangster rap became trap. So trap music was even more focused on crime, but it was specifically focused on drugs, selling drugs. That's what trap music means. It means trap house, music you would hear in a trap house. Trap house is where you go to buy drugs, right? That blew up huge when I was in, high school. It blew up so huge, there's just no escaping it. And now it's still huge. It's actually, I would say, synonymous with, I don't know. I guess why I think it's so fucked up is because what they've effectively done is kind of tricked people into thinking like this is your culture. Like if you're a black guy or you're black or whatever, it's like, well, this is the music you hear everywhere. This is the music we basically fucking shove down your throat all the time. This is your music. Look, these people are black. This is your music. This is your fucking culture. Crime and selling drugs. And, a lot of these racial realist people, I don't think they put that into the formula when they're trying to figure out, why things are so fucked up, right? They're not looking at the fact that, like, all these people are listening to this music because it doesn't, here's what I'm trying to say. This music doesn't just fuck up black people. It destroys white people too. I've seen it. I mean, I have literally seen it. So what I wanted to talk about now is how this dominant type of music, and I'm telling you, it's everywhere. Like, this beat is so universal. I just hear it in every commercial. I hear it in country music. I hear it everywhere. And you know what I'm talking about. Everywhere. And half of the time you can't even understand what these fucking people are saying. It's like very stupid sounding. It's music for, it's not only, I wouldn't even say it's music for stupid people, I would say it's music that makes people stupid. It is music that idealizes a stupidity that becomes people's identity. And it is extremely prevalent among young people. And it's very troubling to me because this is going to destroy a lot of people's lives. This music is so forced. There's just no escaping it. And music is like food. It's more than like food because it goes right into your brain. So maybe they realized, we don't need TV and movies to brainwash anymore because we have TikTok and we can just, make people stupid and short attention span by giving them this short format, just dumb, like retarded brain rot, stupid shit all the time. And then they are all listening to the same fucking music anyway, so that's all it takes, right? I think that's basically where we're at now. That's where I wanted to go with the video is, listen, if you are listening to this type of music, stop. If you're a young person especially, just stop. It's not your culture. It's forced. It's super forced. It's new. Like, it just came out of nowhere. It's not even like as old as I am. It just is so forced. It's so destructive. It's so toxic. And even if it's not like, there's other flavors now. Now they have like emo, like flavors of this music now, and that shit is super gay. It is hands down the gayest music I've ever heard in my life. I do not know a straight man who listens to that shit. So, yeah, please consider this, especially if you are a race realist. Yeah, by the way, one reason I think about this is because this is just all day long. I'm right by the main road here. Yeah, for some reason, this particular flavor of music is always at a obnoxiously high volume at all hours of the day and night. Does that sound like smart, uplifting music? Does that sound like music that's meant to make you think about good things or to boost your intelligence? I have a word for it. That it's a word that I use to describe people who are willfully stupid, not ignorant, but stupid. Ignorant means you never knew. Stupid means you choose to be dumb. Yeah. So that shit's toxic. It needs to be done away with for the good of humanity. Actually, if you ask me. It's not just destructive to black people, but it is specifically, obviously, marketed heavily towards black people. But it's also heavily marketed towards young people in general. And if you listen to that stuff, it's evil. It's just straight up evil. You should get rid of it. That's the video. Thanks for watching.